the Mongols stormed through the breaches with a precision and discipline that terrified the defenders. Bukhara's soldiers were outnumbered, outmatched, and quickly overwhelmed. Today, we're diving into one of the most awe-inspiring and terrifying sieges in history, the Siege of Bukhara by Genghis Khan. It's 1220 CE, and the world is about to witness the might of the Mongol Empire unleashed on one of Central Asia's richest and most powerful cities. Bukhara was no ordinary city. Nestled along the Silk Road, it was a center of wealth, culture, and Islamic scholarship. High walls surrounded Bukhara, and it was home to stunning palaces, grand mosques, and thriving marketplaces. The city's rulers felt safe behind these walls, convinced that their wealth and defenses would keep them protected from the Mongol threat sweeping the region. But they were about to be proven devastatingly wrong. In the winter of 1220, Genghis Khan and his Mongol army, fast, disciplined, and merciless, began their march toward Bukhara. Genghis Khan's forces moved quickly and quietly through the snowy plains, arriving outside the city's walls far sooner than anyone anticipated. Imagine the shock of Bukhara's citizens as they saw the Mongol banners rising in the distance, knowing they were utterly unprepared. The Mongols had come with siege weapons, a deadly arsenal they'd mastered from conquering other cities along the Silk Road. Their tactics were unlike anything the defenders of Bukhara had ever seen. Genghis Khan's genius lay in his understanding of psychological warfare. Before a single shot was fired, he sent messages to Bukhara's leaders and citizens, offering them a chance to surrender peacefully. But the rulers, confident in their walls, refused to open the gates. And so the siege began. The Mongols began by bombarding the walls with catapults and siege engines. These were no ordinary wooden devices. They were sophisticated war machines capable of hurling stones and flaming debris over walls and into the heart of Bukhara. With each strike, cracks began to form in the city's defenses. When the outer walls began to crumble, Genghis Khan sent his soldiers forward. The Mongols stormed through the breaches with a precision and discipline that terrified the defenders. Bukhara's soldiers were outnumbered, outmatched, and quickly overwhelmed. But Genghis Khan wasn't done. As his army poured into the city, he led a detachment straight to the heart of Bukhara, the Grand Mosque. This was the spiritual and social center of the city, a place of worship, learning, and community. Genghis Khan entered the mosque with his warriors, where the people of Bukhara had gathered, hoping for mercy. In a stunning show of dominance, he took to the pulpit usually reserved for imams. He addressed the city's people, delivering a chilling message. He was the punishment of their god, sent to humble those who resisted the will of the Mongol Empire. The effect was devastating. This display wasn't just about conquering a city. It was about making an example of it. Genghis Khan knew that every survivor would tell the story of Bukhara's fall, spreading fear and encouraging other cities to surrender rather than resist. Over the next few days, the Mongols looted Bukhara's riches. Its jewels, silks, and fine weapons were stripped away. But the Mongols didn't stop there. They set fire to much of the city, reducing entire districts to ashes. The few who survived were forced into slavery, and Bukhara, once a beacon of prosperity, was left in ruin. The siege of Bukhara became legendary, and word of the city's fate spread far and wide. Genghis Khan's brutal tactics and psychological strategies meant that many cities chose to surrender rather than face his wrath. In this way, Bukhara's downfall became one of the stepping stones for the Mongol Empire's expansion across Central Asia and beyond. Today, Bukhara has been rebuilt, but the memory of that siege lingers in the city's history. Genghis Khan's conquest was more than a military victory. It was a statement to the world of the Mongol Empire's unstoppable power. If you found this story as incredible as we did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and join us next time for more journeys into the past, right here on Interesting History.